This program is brought to you by Hungry Jack's and Bunnings Trade.
Here we go, the Taipans taking on the South East Melbourne Phoenix. Now, 6 weeks ago, there is no way that I would be tipping the Taipans over the Phoenix, but such is the NBL. So much can change in this league. And the Taipans, well, they're coming off a win, and the Phoenix playing some of the worst basketball in the competition at the moment. So I'm going to go with the Taipans to get the upset win here at the underdog price. I'm not going to touch the line here. I don't think there's too much value when it gets that close, but the one market I am going to play outside the head-to-head is the total points over. Now, I rarely take the over, but I'm taking it here because South East Melbourne Phoenix are playing some of the worst defence we have seen in a long time in this competition. So it's the overs and the Taipans for me. Enjoy the game and, most importantly, gamble responsibly.
I'm never off my grind. I'm always on time. I'm ahead of the game. I'm first place. I'm in my prime. Hard work that pays off. I pay dues. I'm paid off. Cross me, get crossed off. I'm so fresh. I'm so raw. Go hard like A-Day. It's game time like A-Day.
Well, Cairns Taipans may not be finals bound, but Scott Machado and his crew will enjoy playing the role of finals shapers over their next 10 games. Tonight, they have Mitch Creek and the South East Melbourne Phoenix in their sights. Creek and classy import Xavier Munford will be looking to steer the Phoenix out of troubled waters and back into the playoff picture as we welcome you to beautiful far north Queensland for the continuation of round 17 in the Hungry Jacks NBL. Hello everybody, I'm John Casey. Great to have your company here on a Friday night. I've got two MVPs with me.
Thank you.
Andrew Gaze and Corey Williams, and there's plenty at stake here tonight, boys.
Oh, most certainly. You talk about steering a team out of some troubled waters. They've got some heavy lifting to do in a tricky encounter tonight because the Cairns Taipans coming off an impressive win, and this South East Melbourne Phoenix team, they've lost 4 in a row, and they've got a couple of stars in Ryan Brockhoff and Joe Chi not available, so it's going to be a difficult one for them. And the Cairns Taipans, well, they're not going to figure in playoff action, but they've still got enough to trouble a lot of the teams.
Yes, I'm telling you right now, this is a danger game.
Danger game.
This is a danger game, and right now, listen to me, people. I am tipping Cairns Taipans to get it done this game.
Might have gone a little too far.
I'm trying to tell you.
I hear you.
No rim protection, Joe Chi out. And their inability to close games out.
Well, defense has been a problem for the Phoenix for quite some time, and this team here, though, as you look at the starting lineup here, Case, it's well, it's been pretty consistent, but with Machado and particular McCall, that is the one that I think that the Phoenix should be focusing on. How do they contain those two?
And they're tandem together, though. At times it looks as though they're very similar players. They both need the ball a lot. How do they manufacture that to make it work for them? Well,
I think it's about finding the balance. They both need the ball in their hands to be successful. Machado, we've seen what he can do over the last couple of seasons, also with the shot. McCall, his numbers are okay, but his percentages are down. Doesn't shoot the ball at a really good clip. In fact, only shooting at 37%. So if he can get a little bit more efficient, and they're going to need that because Steven Zimmerman is not going to be partaking in tonight's game. So that is a blow to the Cairns Taipans. The big fella was starting to find some really good form.
Sure was.
Let's get courtside to the fourth member of our team. It's a big welcome to Alex Loughton on debut, a 300 gamer in the NBL, twice went to the grand final with the Taipans. Snakes haven't had the season they wanted. Alex, but what's impressed you?
Look, welcome. Thanks for having me on the broadcast. I'm really excited to be here. Look, Bull Qual is an exciting rookie. His performance during this year, he's really delivered. 39% from three-point land. His numbers are going up during the year. He came on and gave them heaps when injuries played a part. Now he's still averaging 12 in March alone. So he's a huge part of this lineup, and a huge part. If he's not signed right now, he better be signed on for future years. Another player that I really like, Keanu Pinder. He's a coach's dream, hustles, gets after everything. I'm seeing a lot of legacy continued on from when his father played, as I watched him as a kid growing up. So really exciting basketball for those individuals, and hopefully they can get their club over the line tonight.
Great to have you on board, Alex. We'll look forward to getting back to you throughout the game. Let's look at the Amy ladder. It will underscore the importance of this game for the Southeast Melbourne Phoenix. We're on the outside looking in.
They are 11-9, and as we've mentioned, and we will probably repeat a number of times throughout the broadcast, they've lost their last 4 in a row. They need to turn that around if they're going to keep in touch with the top 4. There's not a lot of margin. It looks like it when you see the wins there of the Illawarra Hawks, but they're snapping at their heels, and this will go a long way just to easing the tension a little bit in the Phoenix camp.
Take a look at the DoorDash starting 5 for the Southeast Melbourne Phoenix. And of course, the code word is madness for a 20% off everything with DoorDash March Madness. No Joe Chi, big out.
It is, and Brandon Ashley, he's the one, Corey.
He got 4 fouls right now.
He needs to
He got 4 fouls right now, Gage, and the game ain't even start yet.
Well, in 10 of the games, of the 15 games he's played, he's averaged 4 or more fouls per game. They're going to need him tonight, of course, without the big fella, Joe Chi.
We are set to go. Far North Queensland. It's Friday night hoops here in the Hungry Jacks at NBL and the Cairns Taipans. Working to the left of your screen. Tip of the dunk inside 6 seconds. How about that?
Great pass over the top of the defense to get a dunk. That's the energy early. They come out to play.
Well, they're coming off that win, and a very impressive one as well. They've had problems putting points on the board, only averaging 76 points per game, which is the lowest in the competition. But this is the quickest, nicest, I wouldn't put it in the hellacious category, but it's a nice little one-hand stuff to get things going, and he comes away with a board.
A great start for the Cairns Taipans. Coming off a 10-point victory against Brisbane last Sunday. Here's McCall whipping and dealing. Nice finish. They scored the first 4.
What a beautiful spin move to the middle.
Well, they came out of the gates really strong against Brisbane, led that one by as much as 20, and a game here tonight, they've looked really sharp. And down this end of the floor, I think it's going to be the towing factor. You look at the way Cairns have been the last game or so. If there's Adam Ford, he'd be pretty happy when you see the energy and the bounce in your team. And of course, when you get off to a perfect 2-for-2 start. This man here, Xavier Munford, averaging 25 minutes a game. The last few games, though, he seems like he's just taking matters into his hands a little bit more than we saw earlier on in the season, and I like it.
I mean, that's what he's here to do. You know, as we said, their inability to close games out, not knowing who to go to down the stretch to finish off the games have been a serious issue, and he knows this is towards the business end of the season. He has to step up, and he's done that individually the last 2 games.
Deng with problems here, forced into a tough pass. Ashley chops it off, decides to go. Solov's a good option from the big man.
Nice full court pressure, or half court pressure, which results in a turnover and 2 points.
So the first 4 points for the Taipans, the next 4 for the Phoenix. Back on level terms, and Machado getting treatment here from Tarangi. Fresh off signing a new 2-year deal, but Machado steadies to put the Snakes back in front.
Well, that 2-year deal looks like it's put a little spark into Tarangi. He's playing with a little bit more comfort, and the ball pressure the last couple of possessions for the Phoenix has been where it needs to be every time.
Creek muscling his way in from close range, can't convert. And the Taipans put a stop to it. Up tempo, McCall finds Deng, working beyond the 3-point line. Now wanting to back his way down low, got the mismatch. Called for the offensive foul as Munford bites the dust.
Ball ball down low, it was, and just hedging his way. Let's have a look at the replay. Here it is here. Oh, he flopped. It looks like a lot of flopping going on there, Homicide.
He definitely flopped.
Very floppy.
Got away with one.
Well, timeout called.
Well, they called the timeout to review it. I think it's going to be interesting to see how this one is adjudicated. It's the coach's challenge very early on in the piece. This might be a NBL record for a coach's challenge, only a couple of minutes into the contest. And Adam Ford says, well, I don't like the look of that. And he's going to send it to the replay center. And here it is here, Xavier. Oh, that to me.
That's a flop.
That's a flop.
Yeah. But that wouldn't be offensive foul. If anything, it's going to be a block.
No, that's.
What do you think?
Well, this is not good for Cairns, because I actually think that this is going to get overturned, and this is going to be Cairns' ball. And I don't know if they can add it. You see, he stepped on his foot. It was the foot on foot that caused him to fall over. So it wasn't a flop, but I don't think it was a charge. He just lost his balance because of the tangling there of the feet. What's your call, Case?
Well, I agree. There's mitigating circumstances there. I think I don't think it's a flop, because as we saw there with the replay, with the foot-on-foot action, it makes it difficult. That's why he stumbled and tumbled to the pine. Okay. But was it a charge?
The challenge is successful. Yeah. Cairns ball from the baseline, 15 seconds on the shot clock.
Adam Ford.
Yep. One.
His record with coach's challenge is incredible.
Phenomenal. Best in the business.
One game last round, he had 4 coaches' challenges in one game.
Yes.
Obviously won the first 3.
Next one, not so good.
That's so good.
Taipans restart. Bull off the mark there, so a chance for Southeast Melbourne Phoenix to come forward. Mumford exploring. Still want to take on a little bit more of the offensive duties, and he comes up with the finish there.
Real simple on ball, and to get that open would be a concern for the Cairns Taipans as well.
Pinder gets it from Machado, goes back in that direction. Single numbers on the shot clock now for the Taipans. Machado in a mismatch takes on Brendan Ashley, who's called for his first foul of the night. Free throws to come.
Now he needs just to sit down and slide his feet. And then when you're beaten, and look at the action at the end, it's the swiping. Now he's trying to make an attempt to block the shot, but it's with the body. Easy push. Actually, Machado might have got away with a little hold there. It looked like he grabbed the jersey. But instead he finds himself at the free throw line to shoot a couple.
Let's go courtside, Alex Loughton.
I love the activity of Mumford. All you want from your imports is their performance. You need their performance, and especially with this 4-game skid. Mumford's coming out, well, obviously the first 4 points for them, for Phoenix, and his activity and hustle and point scoring is going to be much needed in this game.
He's spot on. He's a quality player. And I think when you look at him and Lee Arthur and Kyle Adnan, that Simon Mitchell has been trying to figure out what the best combinations are and how to use it. And like it is with the Machado and McCall, the way in which they need the ball in their hands and finding that balance within your offensive structure. Although we're, for them, 20 games in, they're still just, I think, trying to figure out in what circumstances how you can get the most out of each and every one of them.
It's Mumford left alone, so Fires couldn't get it to go. Tarangi got a piece of it, couldn't keep it alive to a teammate though. Now Machado, as the Snakes look to build on a 2-point edge, gets it back from Bull Quoll. Almost 3 minutes played in the opening quarter. Pinder and threw down a dunk inside 5 seconds to get us underway. Has travelled. Turnover.
Well, that's just poor decision making. They had Majuk down low with the upper on him, and they weren't able to get it in there. And that's one where Pinder, just a bad decision. The little high-low, throw it in there, size advantage, and play on the rim.
Second turnover for Taipans. Southeast Melbourne Phoenix yet to commit. Dane Cano onto the floor and having an influence quickly. They lost the handle there. And the basket beckoned. Quoll feeds outside, pass, and retrieve it Machado. Just took him out of rhythm, but they get it back to Tajir McCall, who knocks down the triple. First of the game.
It's a big hit by TJ McCall. We know his strength isn't that 3-ball.
No.
For him to knock it down early can only help his confidence.
24% from deep. McCall, it comes up good there as Mitch Creek eases the situation, and they force the error as well. So early turnovers hurting the Cairns Taipans. Average 15 a game to be second most in the competition. Mumford peeling off 3 more. And how about that? They've scored the last 5 to get back on level terms.
It is, and the Taipans have got a real juggling match in regards to their tempo. That we know they only average 76 points a game, last in the competition, as we mentioned. And as they try to explore ways to score, trying to push it up the floor and find that balance between seeking out early transition baskets as opposed to the half court, they've got to be careful because turnovers will hurt them against this Phoenix team who'd love to get out and run.
Creek beckons to Rangi. Now down low, and Machado counting his teeth at the moment. And the tangle there with Mitch Creek. And we're going to get an open look to Rangi. He's off the mark. Creek keeps it alive, wants Pinot involved. He's outside till the upper for the finishing touches. They've scored 8 unanswered points. Phoenix on top for the first time, and Cairns need timeout.
Phoenix doing a really good job on the O boards, getting second and third chance opportunities. TJ McCall hitting that three. Scott Machado found him on the perimeter. Mumford getting into the action from outside.
Yeah, Adam Ford would have just been really upset at the number of opportunities they gave him on the O boards. Let's listen into 40, Case.
We're in the post. Otherwise, the matchups remain the same. You stay on Creek. You've got Pinot. You're in a drop coverage. No switching unless we have to, okay?
Y'all going over on people that's not shooters. Like Mumford and all them niggas, once they get inside the break and he set a screen or a handoff, just go under. If he re-screen it, then I have your help.
Okay? So, Bull, that's a good one for you, right? Even though you went under on Mumford, just get a little bit up on him connected, but angle him so you don't square up. Hey, good job, fellas. Let's go. Let's get our run.
Adam Ford on top of things early. He's won 8 of his last 9 coaches' challenges. But this is the incident between Creek and Machado, and accidental. He's tangling up, and Machado with problems there.
Guarding that unit. Oh, he hit him by accident.
Hand just slipped up off the shoulder.
Wow, that to me just has a little stench of flopping going on there as well, because there wasn't a lot in there.
So middle stages of the opening quarter. The Phoenix on an 8-0 run here to assume control. And scored the first 4 of the game. They can't connect there, and Mumford has been doing it all. 7 points. It's his first rebound. Works to the foul, and they need to try and contain him a little better than that. He's got 9 points here already.
Well, that last time out, they're talking about being in a drops, and that's what it was with Nate Jawai then. He was dropped way too deep. And Xavier Mumford, now that he's feeling it, I'm not so sure when he's in those on balls that that's the right strategy.
That is not the right strategy, because a guy like that can kill you in that mid-range.
Upper dumps down low. Creek with a mismatch here. Marking on Ken. He decides to go outside. And Upper can't complete it. Pinot, the offensive rebound.
Great minutes by Pinot early in this quarter. Those offensive rebounds, and again, Mumford lets them off the hook, missing that J.
7-3 the rebound count, and the play of the Phoenix at the moment, including 3 offensive rebounds to none. Good defensive pressure there. He came back, and now Portnoy looks for penetration. Nothing on offer. McCall's going to fire again a little deep. Jawai had it knocked out of his hands by Cam Glidden.
There's Dane Pinot seeing some extended minutes, but this is one of the toughest assignments you have as a big when you're guarding Nate Jawai. He's so big and very hard to move. He made every attempt to box out, and there's the little underneath out of bounds play, and that's too easy again, but it's going to be tough on Pinot. In fact, all the players now for the Phoenix trying to keep Nate Jawai off that glass.
That breaks the drought for Cairns. They went 3 minutes without scoring, but very quickly at the other end, Liafa restores the advantage for the Phoenix.
Nice take by Liafa, high off the glass. Again, Nate Jawai doing the work on the O boards, giving the Phoenix a taste of their own medicine.
It's almost the identical thing we saw the previous possession. Jawai just using his size. Here we see tough shot, just a little push in the back into Pinot, and he wasn't able to just get low enough to keep him off the glass.
Alex Loughton, courtside.
You got the Xochitl, Macho, and Zimmerman cancelling each other out. It's a battle of the bigs. Dane Pinot's effort and energy down the other end has really excelled. For the Taipans, Deng and Jawai have really got to make the most of those bodies that aren't as big as what they would have had if Joe Chi's in the game, in their matchup. So for me, Deng was started out the season at a fantastic pace. His numbers have really dropped off. But I'd like to see him get going and go to him and have that confidence to get back to where he was at the start of the season.
That's for sure. And I think the other thing is when you saw what happened when Mumford was in that on-ball with Jawai, I'd be trying to put Jawai in as many middle on-balls as you can. If they're in that drops, Mumford and now Kyle Adnam can come in and provided they're happy to take either a free ball or even that little mid-range free throw, it's a strong play for him.
You know, given some latitude, picks up the dribble. Here's Munford. Outstanding so far in the game. This time he's off the mark. 3 of 6 from the field for his 9 points. He leads all scorers. Taipans with a chance to edge a little closer here. And McCall exploring. Wanted Jawai. Tough pass to reel in. Nice recovery from McCall as well as he reaches in over the back of Mitch Creek to force a stalemate.
Great hustle. Creek and McCall diving for that ball. They understand every possession counts. Great hands by Creek sliding over. That was a tough pass to make anyway.
Well, that was a high degree of difficulty, trying to thread the needle. And it's one of those ones that would be a lot of oohing and ahhing if it actually got there, but the risk as opposed to the reward, to me, it wasn't worth it. Just kick it out and look at other options.
Kyle Adnam into the game for the first time for the Phoenix, shadowed by Kenny. And a screen from Pinot. He rolls to the hoop. The left Creek open and he gets the easy 2.
He's just an absolute breakdown on defense. Not even knowing where your man is.
Well, as we expected, it is a lot of on-balls going now. Whoever's guarding Jawai, maybe you just start to try to help out too much, and it's just a complete breakdown.
Nartai bounces into Glidden, forces a path to the hoop, comes up with his first score in the game.
Nice take. Jordan Nartai is coming off the bench, playing solid minutes last game. 9 points, 5 rebounds.
Inside the last 2 minutes of the opening quarter. And McCall wanting to challenge this, turning to coach forward. Mitch Creek just found an opening down low. McCall lost sight of him, and Mitch Creek was all alone, helping himself to another 2. He's 3rd in scoring in the league. How did that happen?
Well, McCall just left him, and I think that's what happens when you know you got Jawai there who's feeling vulnerable. You just lose sight and lose vision, and your intent there to help out, but in fact you're hurting your team by disregarding one of the leading scorers in the competition.
Adnam gets away from Machado thanks to the Pinot screen. Decides to fire. Couldn't finish it. Jawai having an influence at both ends of the floor.
And that'll help Jawai out even more. If you're fighting over the top of screens like we saw with Machado, that's a big help for Jawai because he's playing so low. Puts a lot of pressure on the defense of trying to get over those screens. But if you can do that and just to intimidate from behind, and they just take the risk and say, well, if you're shooting a contested mid-range jumper where you're swiping from behind and intimidating, you live with that.
You live with it.
As opposed to some of the other options that might be out there.
Courtnoy celebrating game number 50 in the NBL. The last 3 years, he's played 49 games and missed 36 with injury. Just hasn't been able to get a consistent run at it. So congrats to Courtnoy reaching game number 50 here. And from the free throw line this season, 17 of 21 coming into this game at 81% has been very efficient. We've seen glimpses of what he can do.
Yes.
And we'd just like to see it on a consistent basis.
Exactly, and health has a big part to play in it. And as you said, Case, majority of his time in this league, he's been injured.
Here's Creek getting his own rebound and helping himself to 2 more. 6 in the game now for him. Only Munford with 9 has more, and Phoenix by 3. It's Machado. Picks up the dribble. Lob pass for Jawai.
Great pass down the lane.
Can't convert. Pinot the rebound. Inside the last 60 seconds of the opening quarter, when these teams played in round 8 in Traralgon, it was 19 apiece at quarter time. Mitch Creek deep with the 3. Jawai took the advantage of Noy and now Machado. So a chance for the Taipans. Machado in a mismatch against Pinot. Gets it back. Shot clock rolls to single numbers. Decides to fire the three. It's all the bottom of the net. Went level.
Nice hit by Machado. Wasn't able to get off none of those moves. The defender was not biting on it. Passes it, gets it back, and knocks down a three. Tied ball game. 7
points now for Machado to lead Cairns. It's been a good battle. Shot clock 9 seconds inside the game clock. Adnam exploring. Barker baseline attracted the attention. Nice floater. Good way to open his account. Well, the Phoenix on top by 2. And Portnoy couldn't get it off in time. So quarter time arrives here in a seesawing affair where both teams enjoyed the lead. It's the Phoenix on top by 2. Quarter time in Cairns. Southeast Melbourne 24. Cairns 22. Stay with us here on the Hungry Jacks NBL. Welcome back to Friday Night Hoops. Exciting start with Keanu Pinder throwing down the dunk inside 5 seconds. Taipans scored the first 4 points of the game. Tajir McCall getting busy. And Xavier Munford with 9 points in the opening quarter to lead all scorers. Got the Phoenix back on track and then in front. Our Kmart Fam Cam winner tonight of the $50 Kmart gift card is Alice Wilson. How about that? The whole family lives and breathes basketball. They coach, play and mentor many kids and love it.
And they love the Celtics too, and they'd be happy about that because the Boston Celtics on a tear.
That Andy Marr, you know, that's his team. Did you get the text from him?
I think they're, what are they, 20-3 in their last 23 games, something like that. But
Scotty Machado having a good night here. 3 of 3 from the field. His 9 points. Gets the Taipans back on level terms. And again, they score first, as they did in the beginning of the opening quarter. Creek reels in the loose ball. Shot clock down to 7. Aggressive work from Barker. This time off the mark. Actually had a piece of it. Couldn't control it, though. And Machado comes back quickly the other way. In the corner. Bull Qual. Short on the front of the rim, and Ashley the easy rebound for Munford. Had trouble containing Munford so far. It's down low. This is the opening shot, and back up wouldn't work either.
We had 2 bunnies. How deep are they getting on that penetration? That time it was Keanu Pinder. just almost underneath the basket, allow him to get in real deep. Not sure if that in the long term is going to be in their best interest, but so far so good.
Tight turnaround, couldn't finish it. Pender the offensive rebound and the putback.
Job by Pender, his activity on the boards. Gets him an easy 2.
Both teams have 11 boards, but no one's really established the dominance. There's been a couple of easier offensive rebounds for both these teams. Phoenix the best in that area. They've already got 5 offensive.
Oh, Mumford, tough shot. Good D from Pender. Goes down, makes the finish, though.
Yeah, that's a tough take. He is in a groove early in this one.
Well, that's true, but again, how deep he gets. The help was there, but it's almost directly underneath the basket. Got to step forward, get outside, try and meet him outside the charge circle. Have a look at this. The help's there on the weak side, comes a little late. Just needs to be a metre or so further. And Brandon Ashley, did you see him just shove? Now, when you're a guy that has a reputation for fouling out almost every game, they're the sort of plays he's got to eradicate so he doesn't pick up another silly foul.
Active hands from Tarangi there, knocks it down out of court, where we find Alex Loughton.
Just at quarter time, Creek, just before the coaches even come to the huddle, Creek is already talking to his players. He's got a sense of occasion of how much this game means. He's hyping them up, and he's also exploring what the defense was in certain sets and wondering where he can get a great shot. Coach Mitchell comes into the huddle and basically asks Mumford, what do you want to go to? He knows he's hot. He knows he's got to get it to his main man, and he's delivered every time in this game so far.
Ashley trying to draw a foul, takes the 2 nonetheless.
Just a great pick and roll. Nice pass, good find. It's just so easy.
Well, they're making a living out of the on-ball screens. They realise that Cairns are having their problems with it, and Cairns need to figure out what they're going to do in their coverage. Now, yeah, they only trail it by 2, but the ease at which they're getting to the rim.
McCall desperately unlucky there. He's top 3 in the competition in steals, and he had one there, but then just couldn't control it. But part of the problem for the Taipans is they're 2 of 10 from deep. They're 7 of 10 when they get inside the 3-point line.
Well, there's the message in itself, isn't it? And Cairns, they're in the middle of the table at 6 at averaging 27 3-point field goal attempts per outing. So they're not afraid to let it fly. But already in this one, got the 10 attempts. But only being successful, like you mentioned, Case, on the 2 of them. So Simon Mitchell just wants to have a chat. And
they've lost their last 4 games, but all by single digits. They don't want to get in a tight finish here because things haven't been going their way. But let's get into the huddle with Simon Mitchell.
So, you got side arrow here, let's run a 2. Okay, run a 2. Offensively, no need to get rid of that real early. There's no one coming up to you on those pick and rolls. Find a little space, get your mojo. You're getting good looks. Don't worry about those ones that pop out, okay? Just keep getting the job done, D-trans. Keep working the O boards, okay? Just calm down a little bit offensively, all right?
Short 2 or too short?
Let's go 2.
Cut out.
Cut out, you got the pin down on the other side, okay? Coming off on that one.
just a little settling time out there for Simon Mitchell. And you're right, when you think of the Phoenix, in their last 8 games played, they've all been decided by 8 points or less. And they're 3-5 in those real close losses. And gee, you don't have to stretch your imagination too far to see how they really should have beaten Melbourne United.
Yep.
And we're in a highly winnable position against the Sydney Kings, 2 of the title favourites. So they're not far off the mark.
The Phoenix restart. Almost 3 minutes played here in the second quarter. They're on top by 2. Poor pass. Juk Deng reeled it in. Gave it to Pender, who runs up the floor, helps himself to 2 more.
It's a great run. And finish at the basket, showing his athleticism.
It's Munford. He's been making good things happen for the Phoenix and continues to make good things happen.
He is in a groove and killing them in that mid-range area.
And plus, he's just
14 points. Yeah, he's already
aggressive. He's 5 of 10. He's already whacked up the 10 field goal of attempts, including a perfect 2 of 2. There's another poor pass.
Tuliafa, they stood off him, so he decides to fire, can't connect. Jukdeng with the rebound, hands over to Machado. 6 points apiece here in this second quarter. Ball overdue, edges a little closer.
It's usually automatic from that corner. That is NBL22 Rookie of the Year. Been really impressive.
Is that what you were running with?
100%. I ran with that 2 months ago when he hit the 8 threes against Brisbane in Brisbane.
Well, Mumford just going in and not even with great pace being able to find a way to the rim for an easy 2. Cairns haven't had too much problems creating some easy scoring opportunities. Is that Bull Qualls?
49, I think now.
I thought it was 50th. I'm counting him down. One more and he gets 50. And he's been good from there. He averages 2.7 makes a game, so we round that up to almost 3 a game.
Round that up to 3.
That's good.
That's very good for a rookie.
That's rookie worthy. Starting to understand where you're coming from here on the side.
He got a couple more in him in this game too.
Outside shot again. This time off the mark. Phoenix on top by 1. Middle stage of the second quarter. Creek forced his way inside. Gets to Liapa. Chipped down. Wouldn't fall. A 2 of 8 from deep.
Great pass. Great no-look pass.
And the D-Trans, you heard Simon Mitchell in that last timeout concerned about the D-Trans. And you can see why. Dang. It's Creek.
Grown man business.
He's just pounding it at the rim and coming up with some easy opportunities. If Cairns can just figure out a way to keep him out of the paint, they'll be looking pretty good. 2 of 8 from the 3-point line for Phoenix.
Jahawat has to release the ball outside. And the 3 ball off the mark. And a chance now for the Phoenix to expand their 1-point edge. Biggest lead we've seen in the game is 5, and both teams had that in the opening quarter. Here's Creek, shut down this time. Terrain with time to measure the 3. It's off the mark, so they've missed their first 3 3-point attempts in this second quarter for Phoenix. McCall dancing, eventually coughed it up. Here's Creek. Good momentum, tough shot, can't finish it, loose balls, getting after it and doing a job of it there, Bull Qual. Gets it back now. Munford, good recognition though, was right there to make sure he couldn't let the 3 ball fly straight away. And the skip pass across from McCall to the other corner, hang off the mark.
That's just a bad shot.
Well, more than half their shots are coming from the 3-point line. They've had 26 field goal attempts, 14 of them are from the 3-point line. The issue they've got is they've only made 3 of them.
They're letting it go as if they've made them.
Munford once more with a penetration. High off the window. He's got 17 points here in the first half. Phoenix by 3. Timeout called with 3:50 left on the clock.
I mean, he's just doing whatever he wants out there.
Well, he's getting to wherever he wants on the floor.
Man, high off the glass. It's just, I know they're playing that drop coverage, but Nature Y is too deep. And a player in the type of groove that he's in, you can't do anything about it.
Either Miss Creek driving and getting a layup, or Munford coming up the on-ball and getting a layup. So where's the adjustment going to be for us? What are we going to do? Huh? Yeah, I reckon you just body him up. And if you because even when you went under, he pulled up for a long 2. We're living with that. We're okay, okay?
Never went left yet, too, Munford. Every single bucket is going on the right side of the bucket.
Hey, it's all in our scout. They're all fucking right-handed. They're all right-handed. Okay, they're all right-handed. Hey, just be aware of the 1-3-1 baseline runner.
It's true. That's the thing I was about to say, that particularly with Munford, most of his action is coming off that with that right hand, so he wants to attack that on-ball screen from the left side. And even when he's there, maybe he was asking the question, well, what do you want to do? One of the alternatives is not letting him accept the screen. So ice, push, blue, a lot of terminology that players and the teams will use to do that. But all it means is if the screen's coming on the left, you're going to play so high and not let him take the screen to send him back to the other way. Now, easier said than done, but that's something else that they could consider.
It was a good contest. Got more than 5 points separating these teams at any stage, and we've got a 3-point buffer at the moment. Machado, 9 points, 3 assists is impressive. The Taipans with possession. The call back to Machado. He was ready to go, but they switch it back to the other side. McCall, penetration, tough shot baseline, never looked likely under pressure from Dane Pinot.
Zone defense has given Cairns a lot of problems in that half court, especially when you're 3 of 14 from the 3.
Mumford off the mark there. A little over 3 minutes out from halftime. McCall. Bull Quoll got a good look. It's at the front of the rim. Glidden the rebound, hands over to Mumford. Had 17 at half-time in his last game. That's the Kings. Might be about to better that here. He's equaled it. Pinot. Good pressure there from McCall. Good denial. Shot clock works to 5. Tarangi takes them on. Can't finish it from close range, but he's off to the free throw line.
That is a bunny you have to finish, Gabe.
No, it is. It's a good attack on the rim again, and you saw Machado just swipe down on it. Again, just fighting over the top, tries to get in front, and then just comes down hard, and Tarangi's just got to make this. This is a... I'm not sure we've seen this combination on the floor too much for Phoenix as well. Smith-Milner getting some run alongside Dane Pinot. Now, they've had some times when both those teams, those two players in the same game had DMPs. Now they're on the floor together with Glidden, Tarangi, and Adnam.
Makes 2 the hard way.
So they're two superstars in Mumford and Creek having a spell, but it's not going to be long. And Simon Mitchell looks at this and realises he might need a little bit more scoring.
Well, a chance for the Taipans here. Maybe to edge a little closer. The pass inside, but Pinder was good, and the finish was even better.
Great pass, and that's what you have to do to a zone. Penetrate it. Get high percentage plays because your 3 is not hitting.
But Glidden wheels to the top of the key and opens his scoring account.
We know he spent a lot of time here in Cairns as well, so
he knows these rims.
Here's McCall, look away pass. We gave it straight to Dane Pinot. Count down the last 2 minutes of the first half. Phoenix with momentum at the moment as Adnam. Took back from Glidden. Now wants some penetration, working on Machado. Tough shot, couldn't finish it. Pinder had the rebound. Whistle on the play as well. Adnam picks up the foul. It's going to be his first.
Good defense by Cairns that possession. Forcing up a tough shot. Mitch Creek back in. Speaking of Mitch Creek, he's a free agent. TJ McCall, they're free agents. Hot property.
No, that's for sure. Mitch Creek is going to be interesting to see what he does in the off-season as well.
Extremely interesting.
He's going to get paid. Someone's going to have to pay him. And he's doing a very good job at the moment, Mitch Creek. Only player for the Phoenix to play every game this season as well at 20 as the Taipans edge a little closer, and Scott Machado is having a night. He's got an even dozen.
2 of 3 from downtown. 12 in 14 minutes and 4 assists.
Back to a 3-point ball game as Tarangi slows it down. Shot clock. Works to 5. Here's Adnam. Takes them on. Pinder got a piece of it.
Great rim protection. Kyle Adnam had Machado beat. Had him beat. Pinder. Nice left hand. Straight drive to the basket, and Pinder access denied.
Creek's catch and shoot with a shot clock expiring in the background. And the Taipans with a chance here to tie it away. Inside the last 60 seconds of an entertaining first half. Trutcher enjoying her coverage here on the Hungry Jacks NBL Friday Night Hoops.
Thanks, Adam.
3-ball wouldn't fall there.
He's not shy. He's been hunting that 50, and he's trying to get it all done in a hurry because he's 1 of 8.
He is getting it up.
Oh, Christ.
1 of 8 from 3. 1 of 8 in the game.
It's a lot and a half.
That's a whole lot.
Mr. Rangu almost lost the handle and then stripped of it by Majuk Deng. Came to Machado, goes back to Deng. He started it, can't finish it though. Tarangi grabs the rebound. A 7-second differential here between the game clock and the shot clock.
4 of 18. They've had 32 field goal attempts. 18 of them are from the 3-point line.
Chance for the Phoenix. Creek. Hence Majuk Deng, former teammates in Adelaide, and Creek helps himself to 2 more. He's into double figures. Margin to 5. Bull Qual was after the event, can't get it to go, and halftime arrives here with the Southeast Melbourne Phoenix on top. They led by 2 at quarter time. They're going to enjoy a 5-point lead here at the major break. It's the Phoenix 43, Cairns 38.
Well, both these teams, I think, would go into that halftime break and looking some pretty fundamental skill errors that they were making, and yet they'd still consider themselves very much in this contest. The Phoenix, I think, would be happy with a 5-point lead. They've been able to shoot it at 45% from the field. They dominated the rebound count early, but it's pretty much square. So, all in all, they'd be pretty happy, Phoenix, to have this 5-point lead.
Let's get some reaction courtside with Alex Loughton standing by with Mitch Creek.
I'm here with Mitch Creek. Mitch, you're heart and soul for Phoenix. Are you happy with that effort tonight for the first half of your guys?
Not really. We know how good Cairns are. We watched them absolutely destroy Brisbane a few nights ago and really impressed with what they can do. 40's done a great job, but they're so talented with Machado and McCall that they move the ball so well. So they're finding the gaps. We've got to do a better job of kind of sitting on those defenders under the ring and getting easy ones.
Phoenix doing a good job moving the ball as well. Munford able to make the most of a lot of those drops on balls. What's been impressed about him?
Yeah, look, they're face guarding me on the 3-point line with Taji and McCall, so I told the point guards and our guards, just get downhill. There's a lot of room to play with, just letting the big step up late and play with the short roll, so we're doing a good job.
What will Coach Mitchell's message be at halftime?
Do that again, hopefully we win.
Thanks. Good luck.
Mitch Creek there with Alex Loughton, and the Phoenix enjoy a 5-point lead here. It's been an entertaining and a tight tussle as well. Stay with us here on the Hungry Jacks NBL. We've got some highlights and a whole lot more coming your way here in round 17. Welcome back to Friday Night Hoops here. It's the Hungry Jacks at NBL. What a start. Keanu Pinder throwing down a dunk inside the first 5 seconds of the game, and the Taipans burst out of the blocks before the Southeast Melbourne Phoenix had a chance to work their way back into the frame. Eventually, both teams enjoying a 5-point lead during the opening quarter. The Phoenix on top 24-22 at the first change, and then in the second quarter again, the seesawing affair. Biggest margin we saw at any stage was 6, and we settle here at the half with the Phoenix leading 43-38.
Well, it's the guards from both teams getting it done. That man on your screen, Scotty Machado, he's got the 12 points on a perfect 4 or 5 from the field. He also sees the floor and distributes it. And this guy here, Xavier Mumford, he has put on a show. 7 of 13 from the field, 1 of 2 from the three-point line. And the ease at which he's been able to get to the basket, he's got those 17 points. We see Pinder, he's played a nice cameo with the 8 and 6, and Mitch Creek does what Mitch Creek does, and that is score the ball, 10 points and 4 rebounds. But to me, if the Cairns Taipans can just figure out what to do with their shot selection, 33 field goal attempts, 19 of them coming from the three-point line. Now, in isolation, OK, that is heavily skewed, but it shouldn't be that heavily skewed when you've only made 4 of them. So that's an issue they're going to have to address. The rebound count, pretty similar. Turnovers, again, has been a problem for the Cairns Taipans. They've got the 7 to an incredible only 3 to the Southeast Melbourne Phoenix. So Phoenix through Mumford have got their advantage, but if the Taipans can just work out their shot selection and put the clamps on Mumford, then as you were suggesting very on, Corey, danger game.
The way I look at it is, if they can just hit half of those threes, they're winning. They're up. You know, as great as Mumford is playing, they would be up. So I know going into halftime, it's literally like you just said, figure out how we're going to defend that pick and roll, that high screen, because Mumford is doing whatever he wants to do against them, and just hit some shots.
He's been in outstanding form, hasn't he? He's averaging 15 points a game, but he's averaged 19 in his last 4 games at 56% from deep, and tonight 17 at the half, and they really need to be playing him a lot closer than they are.
Well, that's right. He's so versatile. He can shoot it from the perimeter, but really in tonight's game, you'd almost take the odds to that. He's only taken the 2 3-point field goal attempts. And why would you when you can get to the cup like he's getting there tonight, mostly with the right hand? So, you know, and look, it's even skewed. You see his shots coming to the right side of the floor. So if you're the Cairns Taipans, OK, he still might beat you, but make him beat you in a different way. Make him go left, figure out what you're going to do with those on-ball screens to be a little bit more aggressive and stop him from getting deep. They were suggesting in the timeout that they were going to go underneath. Now, that can be dangerous because Mumford can shoot the ball, but it's better than just continuing to repeat what they've been doing in that first half, because that was not getting it done in that deep drop situation.
The NBL world's a better place when Scott Machado's playing at his peak as well. We saw great signs from Machado against Brisbane. He had 11 assists in that game last week, which is equal high in the competition this season. And tonight, 12 on 4 of 5 shooting, 4 assists, a couple of rebounds as well. So getting back to his pre-injury best, and we're all glad to see that.
Yeah, definitely, especially Cairns Taipans. You know, as you said, he's been out for so long. It's just good to see him in this type of form. You know, when he's hitting from downtown, he's that much more of a threat because we know he can get to the basket, he penetrates, and he gets his teammates involved. So it's good first half for Machado.
Runner-up MVP 2020.
Yes.
First team All-NBL. We know what he can bring, and if he can bring it on a consistent basis here, they've still got 10 games or 9 games after tonight to play. So there's still plenty of action for the Cairns Taipans fan, but who's winning from here?
Well, I think it's hard to look past the Southeast Melbourne Phoenix. They've looked to have the advantage, and the ease at which they're scoring would be a concern. But, hey, if they can figure out how to knock down a 3-ball, 4 of 19. And Bull Qual, gee, he hasn't been shy, 1 of 9.
1 of 9 from 3.
So if he gets it going, this thing can flip quickly.
Oh, we'll see what happens after the break. Stay with us here Friday night, Hungry Jacks at NBL. been quite an arm wrestle in far north Queensland. Biggest margin we've seen at any stage, 6 points in favour of the Phoenix. Let's get the thoughts of Cairns coach Adam Ford, who spoke with Alex Loughton a few moments ago.
Okay, I'm here with Coach Adam Ford, breaking down that ball movement offensively. Are you getting the ball to the right players, right shot selection?
We're a bit trigger happy at the moment. We went a whole stretch with Nate in there and we didn't get a single post touch. I think we got one. So told the boys, I like the open shot, just settle it down. That shot's going to happen later in the shot clock. I think we can get a little bit more dribble penetration. I think we can get a little bit more high-low action if they're fronting our post, but for the most part, pretty happy.
And defensively, stopping Xavier Munford, what changes are you going to implement for this second half?
Yeah, we're getting caught up on that on ball. We're trying to jam it up on Creek, and that's where the confusion's lying. And also defending Creek on the perimeter. So, you know, Munford in the pick and roll, Creek in the one-on-one. Do a better job on that, and we should do fairly well in the second half.
Good luck in the second half.
Appreciate it, thank you.
Always good to get the thoughts of Coach Adam Ford during the game. And he's spot on there. Sometimes you need to turn it down a good shot to get a great shot. And just one low catch for Nate, not enough, given what we saw him produce when he was able to get on the floor. So Phoenix with a possession arrow to get us underway here in the third. They get down to Ashley, and from close range helps himself to two.
And I think they can do more of that. Brandon Ashley, he's only played the 7 minutes in that first half. And it wasn't because of fouls. He had the two, but he's a perfect 3 of 3 from the field. And if this team's going to make some noise in the playoffs, if they get there, they're going to need Ashley playing at a really high level, I think.
So Munford had 9 in the opening quarter, 17 to half-time. Shares it with Creek. Now Ashley working on Pinder. Some wrestling down low. Shot clock works to 7. Munford, the game left alone, eventually gets it to Ashley. Nice finish. Chance at a three-point play.
It's just a beautiful play with the shot clock going down. Munford finds him. Munford's going to draw all types of attention because of his first half play. Well, defense, you're in no man's land. The weak side comes over late.
And there was actually a crowd there. It was late, but it was crowded. And Munford, really, that was the harder option. The easier option was for the shot. But given the first couple of sets that we've seen, both looking at this man here, Brandon Ashley, on a low post action, and even then we saw in that thread the needle pass by Munford, it appears as though Simon Mitchell's said that they need to make more of a target at him, and they're going to him early in this second half.
They scored the first 4 points of the second half for Phoenix, the last bucket of the second quarter. So they're on a 6-0 run. Margins 9 points, biggest we've seen so far. But Deng connects on the triple.
Desperately needed bucket from the 3 to go down for Deng as well as the Taipans. They have struggled so far in this one, 5 of 21.
Creek. Ashley once more resumes his battle with Pinder. Muscles up, went to the left-hand side, and Pinder just an overreaction there and came up with a foul.
And again, the exact same play. They run a little floppy action. That's where you send the two wing guys, except they curl it, re-screen it for Ashley, put him on the box, and say, go at Pinder. And it's been pretty successful so far to start this one. And a little... It looked like there was a whole lot of contact there, but I like the fact that they're testing him out, and actually with the case. Well, I wouldn't say that's user-friendly because he doesn't use it that much, but it was a friendly roll.
Well, the margin 8, almost 2 minutes played here in the third. And Phoenix for the better of it since half-time as Machado. Since his battle with Tarangi, found a way pass, was confronted by Liafa and forced into error. Munford just so composed with the ball. Almost as if it's in slow motion for him. Again, Ashley the target down low, working on Pinder. Double team arrives and spins out of that, needs help. Creek against Deng. Looks for the penetration. Good use of the off arm there just to create some space in another two.
It's just such a tough cover because now he can hit the three, so you got to play him tight.
But Corey, don't send him to the middle. There's a guy on the block that's there to help. Take away that middle penetration.
Munford helping himself. Easy to margin quickly out to double figures. But what a start to the second half here from the southeast Melbourne Phoenix. It's a 10-3 run.
It is. See now, Den comes out and closes out on the baseline side, opens up the middle. Now, if he sends him to the baseline, he's got his teammate in Ashley there as well as Pinder. Instead, they go to the middle. Yeah, you need some help, but maybe if you take away that middle, you don't need any help.
I'm with you.
And they're the types of things strategically they're looking at. You heard Adam Ford talking about these guys all being right-handed. Even then, even if you're not thinking of strategically where you want to send them because where the help's going to be, just think of the scout and say, don't let him go right. Although when you think of Creek, he can go both ways.
Go both ways.
Well, if you can't get enough for NBL, what about your own personalised NBL highlights and content package? It's now available with the NBL Fan Channel. You don't miss a moment of the action from your favourite team, players and games this season. I checked it out. It's worth having a look at. Register now for your free and start building your own personalised content today at nbl.com.au/channel. Do anything you want.
That would be sick.
I'm really confused.
I'm just going to put all my favorite players on there because that's all I want to see.
And then you just get to see all your favourite players.
Yeah.
That is brilliant. Brilliant work. Need to check that out.
I wonder if it's retro and we can go back and type in Andrew Gaze.
That'd be nice.
Yeah.
See a lot of nice finger rolls and really unathletic plays.
The occasional dunk. Well, time is now for the Taipans. Just 3 points since half-time in almost 3 minutes. Game is slipping away unless they can find an offensive weapon. The shot clock rolls here to 7. Good scurrying D from the Phoenix. Creek took it away from them. Pressure from Pinder. Just worried him out of it, but reaching in. Foul is going to be called on Majuk Deng.
And that was one of their better defensive efforts down the other end by the southeast Melbourne Phoenix. They can sense that this Cairns team is starting to look a little vulnerable, and now is the time to really try and extend this out, put the game beyond reach. Built up a nice little buffer now with the 12 points. And this, although there's still a lot of basketball to play, this next 3 or 4 minutes could go a long way to knowing whether we're going to have a contest or not.
Is Munford working against Machado, enjoying the challenge at the moment as well. At the front of the rim, well done, Ashley. Reached in over the back of Pinder, kept it alive and helped himself to 2 more.
It's been great to see them make him a focal point on the offensive end, and he has delivered big.
He's got 8 of their 12 since half-time, Ashley. At the other end, finish comes there from Courtney. 3.5 minutes played in this third quarter. And Phoenix have got it on their terms. Chance for Liafa.
Bit of work by Pinder, half running it and denying the low post catch.
Shot clock about to expire. Creek has to get it off quickly. Does, but unsuccessfully. McCall with the rebound. Uses Pinder. In turn, Machado. 4 minutes played in the third. Phoenix by 12. Cairns looking to make a move. Courtney likes his chances. Takes on to Rangi. Just couldn't get it done. But off to the free throw line.
It's a nice take. Good offensive set. Courtney gets the ball, puts his head down, goes hard right, gets fouled in the act of shooting. Now he goes to the free throw line.
And I think they need to see more of that rather than just settling for that.
Just shooting all the time.
Blazing away from the three-point line.
It ain't happening. Do something else.
That's right. That's right, Corey.
Sheesh.
I like it.
This game ain't looking so dangerous no more. Jesus.
First free throws since quarter time for the Cairns Taipans as well. As we go courtside to Alex Loughton.
Just for the Taipans, you definitely don't want to get caught being stagnant. That last play, nice bit of movement and attacking the hoop. If the 3 ball is not working, go to where the money is. And at over 60% from the 2-point land, that's where the shots need to be taken. Aggressive moves on the ring. Got to be aggressive and don't settle for the outside J right now.
We get 2 cracks at it. You also get the chance, like we saw then, to work your way to the free throw line.
So Munford exploring, hands over, gets it back from Creek. Middle stages of the third. Munford exploring, down to the baseline, off the window, and he's off to the free throw line and try and add 2 more. Just his options open, multiple opportunities. Defense isn't quite sure what he's going to do next. He's got them all on the back pedal. Just one of those players that's very appealing to the optic nerve to watch him go about his business.
He sure is, because he's a triple threat. He can penetrate, he can shoot, and he can pass. He's a willing passer. He'd be a joy to play with, and it's on full display his whole game in this contest.
He's up to 20 in this one already. And it's just the way the game's coming to him. It doesn't look like he's pressing out there and really trying to chase it. It's just coming to him.
So 13 is the spread at the moment. Taipans just 6 points in this third quarter in almost 5 minutes. Chawai reeled it in, got it to Ting for the high percentage play.
It's good ball movement, patience, and poise. Got Cairns that bucket. Jig Bang with the finish.
Middle stages of the third. On to pocket pass, finds Ashley again, rolling to the hoop, can't finish it. He's off to the free throw line.
Good ball movement.
And that's what he can do. Chawai, I think he's an underrated passer down low because he's got that size. He can pass over defenses, and you know, most of the time he's coming and expecting a double team to come, so he's a willing passer down low. And that time there you saw it in full display, but I like the fact that they want to play through him. We heard Adam Ford at halftime commenting that they need to get more post touches. And it's not always the post touch for the score. The post touch for the pass is just as important.
Brandon Ashley needed to stay out of foul trouble today to help his team, and he has done exactly that in this contest so far. A lot of time left. He's now up to 14 points, 3 rebounds, and he only has 2 fouls.
He's only played the 12 minutes, but in those 12 minutes, the Southeast Melbourne Phoenix are plus 16.
He's 5 of 5 from the field, doing it all. Open. Just can't complete it. He's off to the free throw line, and he's a little hot about missing the bunny.
It's just great ball movement again. The ball is just finding the open man. And that's what you got to do, and that's his 3rd foul. Brandon Ashley.
Nick Chawai, one of the improvements he's brought to his game this season has been from the free throw line. He's been outstanding. Career 66% shooter, Nate Chawai. This season, coming into this game, 16 of 18.
Wow.
89% and 3 of 3 right now.
That's impressive.
Fights off the commentator's curse to make it a perfect 4 of 4.
Even more impressive.
So the margin 11. Hanging tough here, the Taipans. The momentum was just with this man, Ashley. They don't like to call him a chook. Dang, almost relieved Brandon Ashley of possession there.
I don't know what they gave him at halftime, but this is the most aggressive I've seen Brandon Ashley. And again, putting to the floor, spins in it. And Zhuk Deng, from that angle, didn't do a whole lot wrong. I think it was the left arm early. They've got a coach's challenge, and I don't think he's going to win this. It was the left arm that was just a little low before he got it up that I think that's going to bring him undone. If you take a look at his left arm there, and then he goes straight up. So that's the thing that I think might hurt him in this challenge. bang, right there, and then he tries to get him up, and there's a lot of contact, but no doubt Ashley rams himself into him, and if he did have those arms straight up, then he would have been a better chance.
The coach's challenge is unsuccessful. The foul is on 13. 2 shots to southeast Melbourne. Cairns moves to timeout.
And these 14 points by Brandon Ashley is a new season high in points for him. He has a career high of 24. That came with the Breakers in his first stint here in Australia.
Gaze, in this third quarter, Brandon Ashley is working.
He is.
It's clearly left arm, right arm. Oh, yeah, that's where the foul.
Sorry about that. He only has 2 fouls.
So free throws to come. Brandon Ashley, 70% free throw shooter on the season. 15 games, of course, coming in late.
Yeah, boys, line up, please.
Last time these teams played, back in round 8, 12 points and fouled out in 22 minutes. He's got a lot of tools to work with. And as we've mentioned, foul prone has created difficulties for him. But if they can get him at his best, I don't believe we've seen that as yet.
We haven't.
Then that is going to be something exciting for the Phoenix fans and make the race for the playoffs a little more interesting.
Well, that's right, and as I said earlier, this is, yeah, they got to firstly get into the playoffs, but just limping your way in there is not the answer either. You want to, if this team's got the makings, if you get Joe Cheap back in it, that they don't have to stretch your imagination too far to see them as championship contenders.
Like that from Chuteng. He wanted a foul, missed the opening shot, went and got his own rebound and helps himself to 2 more. 7 in the game now for him, including 5 in this quarter out of the 10 the Cairns have come up with. So he's been busy. This time, Ashley off the mark. So a chance for the Taipans to nudge the lead back into single digits. Machado attracted the double team, wants Chawai cutting across Mitch Creek, getting value for money for his first foul in the game.
There it is there, and Mitch Creek, he was the helper. Just not quite there quick enough. Really good pass, quick pass. Got there to Jawai.
Machado guarded by Adnam. Shot clock to 10. Stayed with it, Adnam. Took Machado out of the points. Shot clock keeps rolling here. Jawai needs to get busy. Baseline. Nice finish from the big man.
And as Coach Ford said, we have to do a better job finding the big fella and playing through him, getting touches, and he's delivering.
Well, Adnam's seeing some time. He's only played 6 minutes in this contest. And right there, walks
Man,
really
real easy.
Middle of the paint. That's just a training drill.
It's McCall. Euro stepping his way down low. Banking 2, drawing a foul.
It's a great take and finish. Goes to the line for 3 the hard way. But it's the defense that has been a concern this quarter. In this contest. Tough finish.
And with Adnam, with only those 6 minutes, this gets back to the thing that I was talking about earlier, is just trying to figure out what your best combination is. It appears as though over the last few games that they're going to go with Liafa and Mumford a little bit more, and that's going to eat into Adnam's time, where Adnam's been averaging 20 minutes a game.
We've seen the Taipans certainly change their offensive mindset as well since halftime. Had more 3s than 2s in the first half. They've taken 10 shots since halftime, just 2 of them from deep. Liafa ran into a dead end. Shot clock about to expire. They get it off just in time, and it was well worked.
Man, that's a big hit. Liafa.
It is, but if they keep repeating that type of defensive effort, they're going to be far better positioned. Good scramble, and just the dying seconds there, they had 2 guys run at the one guy and the kick out. And there's a 3 ball that won't count and a moving screen to Mitch Creek. There it is there. You just saw it. They collapsed in, and it didn't, with the time left on the clock, Machado didn't need to come in to help. He could have stayed at home and contested that 3.
Alex Loudon, courtside.
Yeah, Izzy, you spoke about the combination, finding that right combination. Well, Brandon Ashley's been very impressive tonight. He's normally been a bit more erratic, but tonight we've seen them go to him over and over again, and the Taipans combination that was on the floor was Pinder and Deng, and they were too small. So Nate Jawai seemed to be the kryptonite against guarding Ashley. Now Ashley's off the floor. They can afford to change up the combination, but it's so crucial with how this game's going to swing.
Phoenix by 10 inside the last 2 minutes of the third quarter. Majuk Deng getting busy. Can't complete it. Both teams in the bonus in this third quarter, though. And Majuk to the free throw line for the first time in the game.
Good take. Had the advantage with this ball handling ability against Dane Pinot. That possession. That's his 3rd foul. They try to get this game back into a single-digit contest.
Straight away, Brandon Ashley, usually it's the reverse. Brandon Ashley in foul trouble. Dane Pinot coming in for him. This time it's a little different, with Pinot picking up the 3 fouls.
I got a look. One shot. Thanks, Chris. One shot.
This has been a good adjustment by Adam Ford and the Taipans, though. He spoke at length at halftime about the fact that they were 3-ball happy, and they put it away here in this third quarter. They've taken 7 free throws in this quarter after taking none in the second, and they're getting reward for it. So the margin is 8. It was as big as 14, and the Phoenix had everything going their way early in this quarter. So a good fight back from the Taipans in front of the home faithful in far north Queensland. Ruben Tarangi has coughed it up. Turnover number 5 for the Southeast Melbourne Phoenix.
Just trying to do a little too much. Comes in there and trying to drop step spin move. Sometimes you just got to play within your boundaries, take what's given to you.
Was Clint Eastwood, who said a man's got to know his limitations. Shot clock to 5. Machado getting no change at the moment out of Tarangi. It's going to be deep in the shot clock. Never looked likely. Just a little too casual. And the fans are riding this one hard.
Great to see another big crowd come out to support the Cairns Taipans. Their record in the tough times they had, not just this season, but last season. They're still showing a lot of faith in their team.
Ren Creek, offensive rebound. Needs Tarangi. Adnam available. Works inside. Pinned it to the foul line. Can't finish it. And Portnoy couldn't control it. It bounced onto Ashley and then out of court via a Cairns player.
Those are possessions you have to come up with that loose ball.
Spot on.
Gooden found an opening. The former Taipan battles around. Wouldn't fall for him. So the arm wrestle continues as the fans look to have an impact as well. Here's McCall, bounces into Ashley, lost control of it. Ashley now gets a call going his way.
Orange 22, hands foul.
Tajir McCall picks up the foul. We're going to walk to the other end of the floor for free throws.
Tajir McCall there is a victim of playing for the foul rather than playing the play. He goes in there and just tries to get into the body, and that time you saw there with Ashley, slid his feet nicely, kept his hands out with a good defensive play.
Third foul for McCall. He sits down with 8 points, 6 boards, 5 assists and 5 turnovers. Remembering when these teams played in round 8, he finished with 16 points, 9 assists and 9 turnovers. Something's going to happen when he's about.
Oh, absolutely. In case, I don't know whether homicide you'll remember, but he reminds me a lot of Rashad Tucker. Remember when Rashad Tucker came out, that big guard could do? He was a triple-double waiting to happen. And he's got a lot of those qualities that I can remember of Rashad Tucker. Hello to him if he's watching tonight.
Had an amazing stretch there in 2004, Rashad Tucker. He had 3 triple-doubles in the space of 12 days.
There you go.
Wow.
How about the great man? I mention a name, and with stats, he just comes in with his little folder here, and somehow or another goes to the right page.
One of my favourite players of all time. He had 6 triple-doubles that season.
Wow.
6, including 3 in 2 weeks.
Well, that's impressive, but more impressive is the work that you're able to produce there, Case. Well done to you.
As if you planned on saying Rashad Tucker, and he had the stats prepared already. That's incredible.
Either you're a genius, which is probably the case, or the most unlikely set of coincidences in the history of sport.
Hey, Rashad loves the Hungry Jacks NBL. He's always watching the coverage. I reckon he's sitting at home having a laugh to himself right now, and a shout out to him. What a superstar he was.
Doing a lot of good work in South Australia with the junior development.
Yeah. Real nice guy. So the Taipans, while this is all going on, are back to within 8, 40 seconds out from three-quarter time. Still some work to do for the Phoenix. Referees have put the whistle away for the moment. Plenty of contact. Here's Adnan bouncing into Binding. Now Glidden dumps it down low. Finishing touches supplied by Smith-Milner. First score in the game restores the Phoenix a double-figure lead. So last play of the third quarter, Machado. Neither team can afford to foul here. Back over the limit, Machado exploring, bounces into Liapa, forces away, pass, and then couldn't finish it off. Adnan, dangerous in this scenario. Didn't get it off in time. Now, at three-quarter time, it's the Phoenix who enjoy a 10-point lead. Desperate for a win to stay on finals pace. It's Southeast Melbourne 69, Cairns 59. Stay with us for what should be a great finish in the Hungry Jacks NBL. Looking to snap a 4-game losing streak, the Southeast Melbourne Phoenix enjoy a 10-point lead at three-quarter time in Cairns, 69-59 the equation. This game is a long way from over. Taipans have been hanging tough. And they just need to find a little more offense to keep this interesting as we get underway quarter number 4. Machado failed to score in that third quarter. There was 9 points from Majuk Deng that kept them in the hunt. The 13 third-quarter points from Brandon Ashley was telling. Penetration comes. A nice finish again from Pinder, who started the game with a dunk and starts the fourth in similar fashion.
It's just great offense. Good ball movement. penetration. Got him a wide open dunk. Good hands on defense.
Machado exploring. Let's feel the fans going to explode if they can score on this play phase. What a start this would be. Machado slows it down. Bounces in to the big man there, Smith-Milner. Touch past Nartai. Shot clock at 5. Blocking foul on the Arthur. As Courtney put it on the deck.
Cairns just a far more better team putting the ball on the deck, trying to get to the basket.
But if he doesn't grab him, that's the bigger contact for me.
He's not still on screen and there's contact. It's a moving screen, correct? Yeah. Okay, just like
If they can find the rim at the 3, hit a couple of threes, this game can easily turn on its head.
It can. The only issue is that so far tonight they're 5 of 23 from the three-point line, but we know that these guys have got the capacity. Jordan Nartai is another one that can get hot.
Shot clock expires before Pinder can get it off. That wasn't what they were hoping for, having scored the opening 2 of this term.
But on the flip side, pardon me, this is going to be another really good opportunity for the Phoenix to show themselves that they can close a game out when in the lead.
Well, and this is, of course, on the back of the team that's lost 4 in a row.
4 straight L's.
But those 4 L's have come from within the top 3 teams. So they have had some good moments in those L's, though. They have shown that they can compete with the very, very best. It's just having the nerve down the stretch and understanding how to close out games, like you mentioned, Homicide.
Losing's a bad habit to get into. Here's Mitch Creek, 7 on the shot clock. Was patient, got it to Ashley, helps himself to 2 more. 19 on 6 of 7 shooting for Ashley.
Mitch Creek, another willing passer in that post. Gets his teammate an easy bucket.
Pinder hard to the rim, couldn't convert. Noy works inside Glidden, telegraphed the pass. Mitch Creek cut it out before Machado could move. Rejected Jordan Nartai. Wow. Flying like Superman and crashes it into the fans.
he volleyball spiked that out of there.
That's just a sloppy pass. And Mitch Creek, there's a lot of volleyball about that case.
Good defensive play. They need another, though. Creek slips inside. Machado takes them on. Needs a trip to the free throw line. Such a weapon, Mitch Creek, down there. So hard to contain. And free agency. Does he stay with the Phoenix? Does someone else grab him?
Man, either way, that check is going to be big.
Well, to me, I think that if he has further ambitions of playing at the next level, now's the time for him. I don't know if his stock could be any higher than what it could be right now.
Right.
And if he wanted to explore his opportunities and look to go have another crack at the NBA, and when you look at his size and the way he's developed his perimeter game from the three-point line, I think he's far better prepared now than he was the first time.
100%.
And even in that first time, he got to a point where he actually got to get in real live regular season NBA games.
Right.
So I think that to me was would be the biggest threat for the Southeast Melbourne Phoenix. Not so much another team, although virtually every team pulling on an NBA jersey and getting that big fat check.
Nothing wrong with that. 12 points is the margin for the Phoenix. Again, they're threatening to take this away from the Taipans. Couldn't finish it. Ball 12, but the tip-in does work. They deserved a little bit something to go their way. And Keanu Pinder gets it done. Now with 10 points. 5 of 6 shooting for him. Creek has coughed it up here. Good pressure. Now a chance once more. McCall bounces into the paint, short-armed it. Thought he was fouled. Referee didn't see it that way. Nartai off the mark. Well done, Munford. Good body work there. Just to our position, Tajir McCall is still arguing with the referee and just bordering on Technical foul there and high off the glass. That's a nice finish from Isaiah Liafa as well.
That's right. Tajir McCall, I don't think he was fouled, and he was carrying on instead of getting back in that defensive transition. And it's not just about that one act. It's about the message you're sending to your teammates and what it's going to take to pull out a win here. That was poor.
Munford. This is Liafa. Not on Jordan Nartai again. It's just having an influence, particularly at the defensive end. Just slowing down the Phoenix, who have now got 7 on the shot clock. Ashley with a mismatch. So he needed help down there, Machado. That was a no contest. Ashley adds another 2. He's got 21 on 7 of 8 shooting. Phoenix by 14. We'll have more after this.
Real crunch time now for the Cairns Taipans, and good decision by Adam Ford. Just punched it out to a 14-point lead, and you just see this slipping away for the Cairns Taipans. Just wants to stop the machines and also get a sub in. I think he's going to come back with the big fella, Nate Jawai, to try and create some havoc around the basket. Even if he doesn't score, just his presence down low, he's got the 7 rebounds. And it's a good opportunity to get him back into the game.
Brandon Ashley got the start in the absence of Joe Chi. He had 4 points at half-time. He's now got 21. And this was just a little unfair. Where was the help?
Where was the help? Hello?
That's true, but Machado's got to do a better job. When you've got that mismatch, don't just play behind. Half front, make him throw it over the top, get some weak side help. If he catches it down there, and Brandon Ashley did a good job of putting it to the deck and going relatively quickly, but still, you've got to be aware of not only your problems, but your teammates' problems. And he had a problem down low, needed a double team to come in.
Needed to pull the chair.
All that.
But good on Brandon Ashley. Amazing what he can do when he's not in foul trouble. 21 points. Here's McCall. Wheeling and dealing once more, helping himself to 2 more. He's into double figures. They had 5 points at quarter time, Tajir McCall, and now with 10. Just not doing enough. Can they find a stop here and just try and put some scoreboard pressure on? Glidden shares it with Liafa. Comfortable going to Ashley now. Nate Jawai shows him the ball, works baseline as if he wasn't there, draws a foul on Big Nate, and he's off to the free throw line. Looking all world here at the moment, Brandon Ashley.
And what I like about it is that they're continuing to go through him. First half was all Xavier Mumford. Second half has been all Brandon Ashley. When you lose 4 straight games, your inputs need to show up and make sure it's not 5. And they have done that.
My word, 21 apiece. And Brandon Ashley, the good thing about him is he's done it so efficiently, 7 of 8. So he's got now 22 points on 8 shots. He's 8 of 10 from the free throw line. So it's been his best performance, I think, in NBL. In a Southeast Melbourne Phoenix jersey, that's for sure.
Well, there's plenty for the fans of the Phoenix to get excited about. They're going to see this on a regular basis, and that's the challenge for Brandon Ashley. He's had it again. Just lost control of it there at the end. I don't want to discourage that. It's been exciting to watch in this game. Timeout called with 5:27 to play here in the 4th quarter. And the Taipans with their hands full at the moment. And their home fans, well, they've been loyal. There hasn't been a lot to cheer about for them at home this season. Just 3 wins from 9 games. But Brandon Ashley has brought plenty to the table. The far North Queensland in this game. Energised, getting the start, playing extra minutes. And they made him a focus after half-time, and he has delivered.
Sure has. When we talk about 2 key players out for him, no Joe Chi, Brookhoff, he needed to step up, and he did. He needed to stay out of foul trouble. And he has. And as a result, we are seeing the fruits of his labor.
Well, on the season, he's only averaging 8 points a game. At a healthy clip, 57%, but most of his work's done around the rim and also had averaging the 5 rebounds. But with these extended minutes, when he's actually on the floor, and when I say extended, he's only played 17. 22 points, he got the 3 rebounds, but he's been active. And in this second half, they've made a target of him, and he's rewarded them for that. And that'll build some confidence, not only with the coaching staff, but with his teammates, that he can deliver. And they're going to be more willing to go to that as an option.
So a little over 5 minutes out. Phoenix by 13. Again, the Taipans on the ropes. Kenny, back to McCall. Got past Liapa way too easily. Helps himself to 2 more.
It's a nice take. One thing he can do is penetrate, finish.
They need some defense now, the Taipans. The fans trying to rally their team as well. Liapa, step back triple. Didn't fit. And McCall grabs the rebound. Number 7 for him in that category. And only Keanu Pinda with 8 has more in the game. Well, a pass there from Kenny. Was expecting Chawai to come to the ball, and he didn't. Opportunity goes begging, so they're forced to dig in at the defensive end once more. Creek against McCall, playing with 3 fouls. Back to Glidden. Nice look from Cam Glidden. He's been selective with his shots tonight. 2 of 2 from deep, and that hurts.
Well, he's another one that would be in consideration to maybe give it a bit more of an extended role as McCall goes and finds his way to the basket. But Glidden provides that offensive threat, but he's also, with his size, very good defensively. Very smart basketball player.
What a Jawai shut down Mitch Creek. Ball comes to McCall. Look at Dang working hard for him. The foul's going to be called on Cam Glidden, his first personal, 2nd team foul on the Phoenix in this quarter.
There's the double team goes down. You see Deng, and it's just too far for the rotation. And they're Glidden really with a sacrificial foul. I think that
was a good foul.
He camouflaged it well, and pretty sure his intent was nothing other than trying to stop that play and reset the defense.
Machado gives it up. Deng working on Creek, baseline. Just tried to invent a shot there as he was stumbling off balance. Couldn't get it done. The margin's 12. Liapa and the Phoenix have this in control at the moment. Glidden. McCall flying by. Shot clock rolls to 5 here. Munford asked to explore and come up with something against Bull Quoll. Tough shot with the left hand, can't convert. Now Machado running. McCall and Deng joining in now. Behind the back from McCall. He asked a lot of Deng, but he did well to reel it in. Machado, the finishing touches, wouldn't go. McCall can't finish either. Well, they've had chances, but Mitch Creek eventually puts a stop to it and now wants to charge up the other direction. Munford, wide open, can't convert. Actually got a piece of it, but McCall puts a stop to it. Inside the last 3 minutes.
That is rebound number 10 by McCall. Go along with 5 assists and 14 points.
He had 16 points, 9 assists when these teams played back in round 8. Corner 3 off the mark. Pinder keeps it alive. McCall from deep is off the mark as well, and Mumford grabs the rebound.
5 of 27.
They've had their chances. A lot of those have been open looks, haven't they?
They have. Just we're not able to convert.
Just 10 points in this final quarter from Cairns so far.
And now trailing by 12 now, they really have to continue to blaze away, because to get this lead back and get it back in a timely manner, the three-point line is their best option, although the statistics would say That's not a good option. 5 of 28, and now that's...
That man right there is a good option. He is rolling.
That is, and it was a nice pass to get it to him. Little drop-off, bounce pass, look away. And there's the on-ball, and there's the roll, there's the thread, and there's the 2, and the and 1, and the slap of the backboard.
And the career high.
Nice.
8 of 9 from the field. More important, 8 of 11 from the free throw line, where this young man has struggled.
As you recall, it's the first time he's had 10 rebounds in a game, so he's put the effort in on the glass.
So Brandon Ashley up to 25, including 9 of 12 from the free throw line. Has done it all, and interestingly, third consecutive game where Machado and McCall have both had 5 assists. So can they coexist? Margin 15, biggest we've seen at any stage in the game. And Munford's still making things happen at the defensive end as well. Right now, the scoreline doesn't reflect what a contest this has been. It has dried up for the Taipans here in this last quarter.
They go with their all-small lineup, just trying to find some quick and offense, and we're trying to go extend the defense and run them around, chase them. The fact that they're meeting them at the halfway line suggests that they've put the cue in the rack and prepared to concede this one.
6 of 16 in this final quarter from the field. Taipan shot clock rolls to single numbers here for Cam Glidden. Can't convert. Noy the rebound, lost it, slips trying to retrieve it. Kenny Nartai shut down by Munford. Was reluctant to shoot the 3 initially, then decided to, it was too late, and Munford blocked it. Shot clock to 7 for Kenny. Game 200. Elects to go to Noy, who's bumped by Ashley, gets it done, chance at a 3-point play.
He can't help himself. I mean, Brandon Ashley, how in the world did he ever think he was going to get away with that? And he tries to throw his hands up, but just jumps straight into him. Like, no chance of that not being called a foul. But we'll forgive him tonight with the 25 points, 8 of 9 from the field and the 4 rebounds.
He sure will.
Taipan's good from the free throw line in this one. 15 of 16 at 94%. Phoenix 17 of 20 at 85 have been impressive as well. Margin is 10. We started this quarter with a 10-point differential. With Munford, 21 for him, 17 of those in the first half. He's had a little something left for us as well as he draws a foul on Jordan Nartai, his second personal, 4th team foul on Cairns in the 4th.
Well, had the right idea, taking away the right hand. We saw a couple of possessions ago, went to the left and missed one going that way. And that would be the scout.
North Queensland, not a happy hunting ground for the Phoenix either. One there before this game. I'll enjoy that as Munford adds another 2. Nice finish from him.
Yeah, that's good defense, just better offense. When you in the type of form Munford is,
oh geez,
it's hard to stop. Oh man. It's over.
Looked like a travel.
Came up empty court. Noy, here's Liafa. A wind down the clock. In the southeast, Melbourne Phoenix are going to snap a 4-game losing streak and announce themselves as back in the playoff picture. It's a big win for the Phoenix, and they get it home in the final analysis by 12. Southeast Melbourne 86, Cairns 74 in the Hungry Jacks NBL.
And they did it with their defense, holding the Cairns Taipans to only 74 points. Very hard to win games if that's all you can put on the board, and also very hard to win games when you go 5 of 29 from the 3-point line. They showed some good signs when they did get to the rim. They got fouled. They were 15 of 16 from the free throw line, but just consistently were forced out on the perimeter. And as such, the Southeast Melbourne Phoenix just had too many weapons and come away with a very, very important win.
Gritty performance. They stuck at it. As we mentioned in the first half, never more than 6 separated the teams. It wasn't until the second half when they made Ashley the focus that things started to turn. And they'll enjoy that win, and so they should, and so should Brandon Ashley, who is our Footlocker player of the game. He's standing by with Alex Loughton.
I'm here with Brandon Ashley, a monster game tonight. You've been very vocal about lifting your performance. What changed tonight?
The biggest thing was staying out of foul trouble, you know, being able to actually be out there on the court and make plays with my team. I think that made a world of difference.
What does Coach Mitchell, what does it say for you to get that trust, to go to you in that third quarter, to really change the game?
I mean, it means the world to me. It means that he, genuinely believes in my ability. Yeah, I mean, we got a ton of talent on this squad. So for me to be the focal point to start the third quarter, that was big for me.
What does this mean for the Phoenix campaign, looking at a sniff at top 4 and further?
Yeah, I mean, we definitely had to bounce back. After losing 4 in a row, this is a huge game for us. So now we need to try and keep this momentum rolling and make a strong finish to the season.
Thanks for your time.
Sir, thank you.
Well, what a second half it was from Brandon Ashley. Had 2 points at quarter time, 4 points at half time, and then in the third they said go and do your work.
It is, and they did some great stuff in that early on in that third period of just putting him on the box. And if they switched, he had the size to go ahead and take advantage of it, made some tough plays around the basket, and then once he got that scoreboard ticking over, they started to look for him, threading the needle. He runs the floor really well, and he's actually a better rebounder than what we've seen so far as well. He only had the 4 boards, but 8 of 9 from the field and 9 of 12 from the three-point line, from the free throw line was important. He did it all in 23 minutes.
He did a very impressive job and finished it off, but it was all set up early by Xavier Munford, who just set the table for everyone in that first half, was scoring at will. He joins us now. Xavier, your form over the last 4 games has been outstanding. It's been a conscious effort from you to step up at the offensive end?
Oh, yeah, definitely. We know our backs is against the wall, and we got to come out here and make a statement. Every game matters at this point, so we all know what's on the line and what's at stake, so we just want to come out here and be aggressive early. And I wanted to be the guy to lead that charge when they defended Cricket in a certain type of way, and I just got to be that guy to lead my team.
And you did it well, but you also, our player, that Footlocker player of the game was Brandon Ashley. How conscious of an effort were you making and your teammates to go to him? Looked like at the start of that third, he was going to be your target. You ran that same floppy action in the cross screen to get it on the box almost 4 times in a row. Was that a conscious decision to go to that?
Oh, definitely. We talked about it at halftime. We wanted to make a presence in the post, and BA did a great job tonight. He kept his aggressiveness, and he played well. Proud of him.
Talk to us about the mindset in that fourth quarter. You knew you guys pretty much were up about double figures, and in the last 4 games, the inability to close these games out. What was the team feeling like, and what was your message as far as telling these guys, we're going to close this game out?
Yep, we had a bunch of games where it could have went either way. So this game tonight, we want to make a conscious effort of just playing the right way, attention to detail, especially when the game gets low in crunch time. And we got to do the little things, boxing out, switches, talking, rotations, and that's what got us the win tonight.
Really appreciate your time, Xavier. It's an important time for the Phoenix. Good luck for the remainder of the season.
Thanks, guys.
Certainly an impressive display. 17 points in the first half, 9 in the opening quarter, and he just set the theme for the game.
Yeah, as he said, he wanted to come out and take it upon himself, and that's what good players do, and that's what leaders do. Set the tone early, and everybody else follows suit. We're not losing this game, and I'm going to set this tone off early. That's what he did.
And the Taipans, they would want to rethink their strategy because he got going because of the defense that they were playing on him. Needed to be a whole lot more aggressive on him, take away that penetration. But once he got it going, it was hard to stop.
What about tomorrow night? We've got a couple of great games to look forward to, with Brisbane playing host to Tasmania. Both last start winners on Thursday night. And what a performance it was by the Jack Jumpers, getting the better of Perth. And they're still 150 to 1 to win the whole thing. They're thinking they're going to make the playoffs. So interesting. And then Perth against Sydney to close things out. Perth in second, Sydney in third. They might swap if Sydney can get it done. Lot to look forward to. Trust you can join us tomorrow night. The NBL22 continues. Well, Friday night started on the right note for the Cairns Taipans. This was the first 5 seconds, and Pinder throwing down the dunk. They scored the first 4 and just grabbed the attention of the Southeast Melbourne Phoenix, and in particular Xavier Munford. 9 in the first quarter to steady the ship. They enjoyed a 2-point lead at quarter time, got it out to 5 at the half, but then after half time, well, they've run away with it here with 43 points to 36. So they're just able to hold Taipans at arm's length. And they dug deep, the Taipans, but they're missing the 3-ball in the first half, and then just the adjustments, just not enough at the defensive end. And the Phoenix, well, they had a lot of contributors, in particular Brandon Ashley after half-time.
Well, they did, and they not quite enough on the defensive end, and also on the offensive end, they just could not make a 3. 5 of 29. As we look at McCall with his 14, he battled hard with his career high in the NBL of 10 rebounds, and Scott Machado again, he did what he could, but it just wasn't enough. And we look at the overall stats, the shooting numbers from the three-point line from both teams was down, but rebound count slightly in favour of the Cairns Taipans, and the assists pretty even. Turnovers was an issue for the Cairns Taipans as well. They had 13 to only 8, which is a good number for the Southeast Melbourne Phoenix. But that I think hats off to the Phoenix. It's a dangerous game in a dangerous environment to be playing in, because it's tough. You're up there, and the very hostile crowd, and without Joe Chi, it was up against them. And let's not forget Ryan Brockhoff as well, who can come in and light it up. So they had some missing pieces, but still were able to battle hard and come away with a win in a danger game.
And if we look at the Amy ladder, it will show them just putting a little bit of pressure on the teams above them as well, Corey.
Over to you, Illawarra. Over to you. Because the Phoenix are right there. And Illawarra's schedule home is not easy.
Challenging. They do have a percentage advantage, which could become important as well. So it is, and it's some important games. That Perth-Sydney game, that's one that's going to be an absolute beauty.
And the Hawks at Melbourne on Sunday as well. Looking forward to that one.
Hawks have stepped up big in big games this season against the big teams. We saw it a couple of weeks ago when they went into Southeast Melbourne and got a big win there. So for some reason, I don't know, I quite like the Hawks in this one.
Well, the message from Friday night is the Southeast Melbourne Phoenix are still a chance. They are hanging around, and they've done it here, snapping a 4-game losing streak with a 12-point win, 86-74. Trust you've enjoyed our coverage. On behalf of Andrew Gaze, Corey Williams, Alex Loughton courtside, I'm John Casey, our hard-working crew. We'll see you tomorrow night on the Hungry Jacks NBL.
I'm the man of the year. I'm a man with no fear. I think like I'm a shark. The way I move so sharp.
This program is brought to you by Hungry Jacks and Bunnings Trade.
I'm sure there'll be more games you can get put on.
Fraser, if you'd like to start us off.
Hi there, Simon. Congratulations on the win. It's always tough to win in Cairns. I'd just like to get your thoughts on the game tomorrow.
Thoughts on the game as a whole. I thought there were some good signs for us there tonight. I was really pleased with our defensive rebounding, especially out of our zone, which has been a bit of an issue for us. We'd like to utilise it a little bit more. It's been relatively successful for 2/3 of the shot clock, 3/4 of the shot clock, 23 of 24 seconds, and then we give up O-balls. But I thought tonight guys did a really good job of finding a body out of that and cleaning up. And I thought that had helped us to gain a little momentum in the game. Obviously, Xavier Mumford in the first half was outstanding, and then Bash took over in the second half. So it was just pleasing to have a little bit of balance of taking it off the dribble, pick and roll action, and then also being able to settle into the post and playing off that. So from our standpoint, I was relatively pleased. It's obviously nice to have a win. I thought our form in the last game was a positive sign up until the last minute. And then we didn't really close. Well, we didn't close out the game at all. We didn't even put ourselves in a position to close out. And tonight there was still some messiness down the stretch. So we've still got to continue to work on that aspect of the game.
You snap a losing streak with the win tonight. You've got another game on Sunday. How much momentum does tonight's victory give to you heading into the backstretch of the season?
Gives us one game momentum. It certainly is going to feel good amongst the boys. I'm sure we'll all sleep a little bit better tonight than what we have for the past 2 weeks. But that's the nature of this league. And, I'm saying it all along, you drop 2 on a weekend and all of a sudden you're in a dogfight. We've dropped 2 in a row, 2 weeks. And we find ourselves out of the 4 from second place to 5th or 6th. I'm not sure where we're at after last night's game. So, it's a tough league, and we have to use that momentum. We need to secure a win against Adelaide and really build upon that for the home stretch.
The man next to you was enormous in the second half after Xavier's paved away in the first. Can you just speak to the impact he had, especially his efficiency out there?
Oh, phenomenal. Everyone's fairly aware of Brandon Ashley's talents and skill sets, and it's just about us being able to keep him on the floor, him keeping himself on the floor, and then being able to show the league exactly what he can do. And I thought he did a great job tonight of just cleaning up a few aspects to his game to not put himself in a position to foul. And it's so important for our team, especially with Big Joe out at the moment. So it's not the first time he's done that. He's been prominent in some of the games that we've had. It's just that he hasn't quite had the minutes that he had tonight. So it's really pleasing to get him those minutes. I'm really thrilled for him with having the stage to do that on and getting consecutive touches. And that's really good for the growth of our team as well. It's not like we're uncovering him as a talent. We know we see it at practice all the time, but being able to do out there in the heat of the moment and having the trust in him to go take care of his business, I thought was a really good sign for us.
Brandon, after only 4 points in the first half, you had 21 in the second. How good did that feel for you? And staying, like you said after the broadcast, staying out of foul trouble tonight?
Yeah, like I mentioned earlier, staying out of foul trouble has definitely been the biggest thing for me, really in this league, not only this year, but, even 2 years ago when I was with the Breakers. And being able to just be out there on the floor and have an impact, it felt really good.
Go ahead, Chris.
And Brandon, did you make it obviously without Joe out there tonight, you were going to play a bigger role, but did you make it an extra focus that you wanted to have an impact and really show what you can do?
Not necessarily. For me, it's always about, coming in and doing whatever I feel is needed for the team, whatever role I may need to fill. And with Joe out, it just happened to me, me getting the ball just a little bit more and trying to be just a bit more aggressive.
Can you talk about the difference when there are times when if it was McCall, if it was Pingo Deng on you, you had a size advantage, but then when it was Joe, obviously it was a bit different. But you were able to take advantage of both of those matchups in different ways. Can you talk about the different ways you had to play?
That's something that I've always kind of prided myself on, is just the ability to be versatile, to be able to post up smaller guys and use my athleticism and quickness to get around bigger guys. And so that was just kind of, what I was focusing on when I had, the bigger matchup with Jawa, is to make him guard me and stay in front of me.
You've got a lot of travel to do now to get to Adelaide in time to play on Sunday. You've got an early start on Sunday. From a player's point of view, Brandon, how do you make sure you're as fresh as you possibly can be?
I mean, it's all about the little things, you know, taking care of your body, make sure that you're eating right, you know, try and get an ice bath in, or you know, just really focus on recovery and prepare yourself mentally as well.
Simon, what are your thoughts now on Adelaide on Sunday?
Well, we'll tidy this game up tomorrow morning and do our video review. Areas that we can be better at, things that we like, things that we will take into the Adelaide game, and then we'll do our travel. We'll spend the day travelling, then we'll get to Adelaide. We'll have a look at them when we get to Adelaide. Have a look at their scout video, and yeah, for the priority right now is just to make sure that the guys get their bodies right. I mean, it's a pretty crazy schedule to be playing up here in North Queensland and then have to tip off at 12:30 on a Sunday. So we've just got to do everything to make sure that the players are as healthy as possible, as rested as possible, and give it our best shake.
Cool, thanks everyone.
Cool, thanks guys.
Chair back in because all he did is just moved it out.
They're fun. Oh, yeah. You guys are sweet. They change it up like right at the end there for those interviews. Bang, you're all under it.
No worries, mate.
Light, there's a headset, there's a boom mic, bang, camera.
Absolutely.
All come together.
Get out of that road, we're coming through. Nice and easy. Even took a photo. Looks like I'm giving him a bit of an exam. Well, this won't hurt me. No, this won't hurt a bit. It's only a little belt back.
Jimbo had his hands busy, so he couldn't do any of those red symbols.
No. Nice.
It's much better now that I have orange and new ones.
Just looks like I'm playing with his leg.
Because on the first one, like has the ball here, and then on the second one he's got it there, but like this hand sort of off. Yeah, that's right. Yeah, and then the third one is like going like that. So you got like the perfect one for the two.
Well, I don't know how far he's going. Are you going to pack up the cameras, or are you just going to? Well, that's only because it was a 24-hour thing. I don't know if he's going to pack up the kits, deep lens, and all that sort of stuff. So I don't care. Let's hope we put it in the truck. Let's hope so. That would be nice. Yeah. So you heading down Chancellor tomorrow? No, it's a day off tomorrow. Oh, Sky, that's right. You're out of the track.
Long legs until the roof. Well, it's up on race road. Same.
Yeah, I'll fucking roast it all day. Shut up.
You're welcome. That's awesome. Whenever you're ready, Harry.
Yeah, for a tough game tonight. It was a fight for 3 quarters, but just sort of dropped off a little in the fourth. Can you just sort of walk us through your thoughts on the game overall?
Yeah, I think the third quarter, especially the start of the third quarter, sort of summed it up as well, where, you know, credit to Southeast, they did a great job, and whatever worked from them, they kept going back to the well, right? So we were really struggling with the pick and roll concepts with Munford and, you know, Creek's ability to get on the rim in that first half. And the adjustment in the second half was Brandon Ashley and, you know, his ability to, you know, be effective in the post. They run a 2 curl action, which we communicated from the sideline. You know, Gruggs did a great job letting that know, so we knew the sequence of events that was going to happen. Brandon Ashley gets a right-hand hook, which is his preferred, like, low block, right-hand hook. And this is what's cool about this group and how we're learning and evolving, and especially with Keanu, and this is adding to that extra layer of maturity with his game, is, all right, like, you let that one slide, we know the play's coming again, and you don't want to put him on his right hand. So second sequence down, they run 2 curl again, they get into the block. Keanu does a great job, you know, trying to mix up the coverages, blow it up, you get into the middle long ball. We're late to react to the middle long ball, and it drops coverage. Munford finds Ashley, finishes on the rim, and 1. The third sequence, again, you know, we changed up now, again, changing the coverage. He looks to front it. You know, we do a good job blowing it up. They get into a side pick and roll. He rolls it back into the post. Keanu does a great job sitting on his shoulder. He spins baseline. He's on his left hand. He actually doesn't want to shoot it on his left hand. Keanu walls up right until the last second, fouls him. All right, so you've done all the hard work, and then you bail him out, and he shoots 2 foul shots. Sure enough, the fourth trip down again, they run 2 curl. Now we defend the post well. We blow it up on the post. Ashley kicks it out to Mitch Creek because we've got guards digging in. Mitch Creek gets it on the perimeter. We close him out. We allow him to drive middle, which is not what we want to do. Mitch Creek finishes on the rim. We go down the other end. We turn it over. It's attack break, 2 points for them. Timeout, and now we're battling with a double-digit deficit. So you can see the layers of where we're looking to, you know, we're adjusting. We're getting better. We just need to do it in a shorter window. But we're learning, and, you know, there's some great teaching points, especially for some of our guys in tonight's game.
How much does this loss emphasise the importance of Zimmerman and his value in the paint for you? Yeah.
Yes and no. Obviously, Zim's a massive loss, and we'd love to have Zim on the court. I think Nate did great. You know, we're still trying to manage his minutes in his return to play. He was super effective. I went over, and you know, his ability to get rebounds and draw attention was massive. So it was great to increase his minutes production. You know, Keanu can fill that void. Again, it was just a couple of learning curves that he had to adjust to tonight. But yeah, like if you said that Zim was able to suit up and he's 100%, it'd be great. But I don't want to be dependent on 1 or 2 players to be the reason why we're winning and losing, which obviously we're losing a lot more at the moment.
It was a tough night for the team from 3. I know you talk about a lot about, you know, some nights there'll be bad nights from that position, but would you like to see the team abandon it a bit sooner, or not abandon it, but lessen their shots from that point?
The first half, I think, and this is, again, the balancing act, the first half, that was sort of the message at halftime was, hey, I appreciate everyone's enthusiasm to shoot it and pull the trigger and enjoy it. It's not dropping for us, so let's go into the second half with the idea that we want to get it a little bit more on the rim, get to the foul line, look for our post touches. But then the second half, I think we sacrificed some good looks from the perimeter in trying to deliver that message. So, again, it's another balancing act that we need to work on. Yeah, 18 at the half I think we had was way too many. And then it's just interesting we finished with 27 because I felt like maybe we didn't shoot enough in the second.
Just for you, JK, a bit of a quiet night, but obviously an important night with your 200th game. Can you just walk us through how important this evening was?
Oh,
to be honest, I hadn't really put too much thought into it or any more importance than any other game. You know, it would have been nice just to get a win. That was my only real goal for tonight. Obviously, it's a milestone and it's achievement, but for me, I'd rather have the win.
You're one of those players that can be pretty formidable from three. I know you didn't have any attempts tonight, but was there anything that you saw from tonight's attempts from the perimeter that you think need improving on from a team point of view?
Obviously, just making shots, but I think 40 addressed it. You know, I think we just got to be a bit more aware of ebbs and flows, and when it's a good time to take a three or it's a good time to settle down and run an offense. But other than that, you know, the boys have confidence in themselves. They're putting in the work. We just need them to go in the hole.
And 40, I know it's an away game Sunday, but you're still in Cairns for the Breakers. You mentioned how good that rest will be for getting this Saturday, not to travel, but to get the rest of bodies. Can you just talk to that importance of being able to play in Cairns on Sunday?
Yeah, because obviously we're managing with some major injuries, but we're also managing with some smaller injuries, which every team's got at the moment. So to not have to worry about a connecting flight to Hobart and then manage the recovery in a hotel is a massive benefit for us. So we want to try and capitalise on that and get some guys right, because there's some guys that play some big minutes tonight, and they're going to be important for us on Sunday.
Go ahead, Chris.
JK, I know it's tough after a game to talk about, but 200 games is a significant milestone for you, because you had to wait a long time to get your chance to start. You were pretty patient at the Breakers to try and get a chance. You go to Perth and win championships, and now you've had a really good impact since you've been in Cairns. Are you pretty proud that you've been able to play 200 games in this league?
Yeah, I guess so, when you put it like that. You're right, it took me a long time to break into this league, and Trevor gave me that shot in Perth. And since then I've enjoyed my time. I've made some good memories, a lot of friends, and I've enjoyed it. You know, it's been a pleasure to be able to play this game and to notch up 200. Yeah, I just enjoyed every step of it, and just looking forward to the rest of the season and try and finish on a bit of a high.
I can still remember that exact week too. Australia was playing New Zealand in a couple of games, and JK hit a couple of corner threes, which is definitely his preference for the corner three. But we went into the office the next day, and Trev was pretty adamant that we needed to get some footage on this guy and get some details and you know, get some stats. And it was interesting that with everything that JK had achieved up until that point of his career, that he was coming in at that stage of, because what was it, like 26?
30.
Yeah, closer to 30. So it was great that you know, he had the week that he did representing the New Zealand team, and that basically got him his start at Perth.
What are your thoughts now on Sunday, JK? Still some old familiar faces at the Breakers, obviously Tom and Rob, and I'm not sure if Finn's playing, but what are your thoughts on that game?
Yeah, I mean, they came off a tough loss last night, so you know they're going to be wanting to